What's good, y'all? It's your boy Akil McLeod back with another video, and today I'm gonna show you guys what's sold on eBay, and I even have some Poshmark sales that's going out as well. So if you guys are interested in these kind of videos, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, y'all, so first up we got a pair of Adidas Boots in it, and these are some skate shoes, and I even been seeing these in Ross as well, but this one I actually picked up from the Adidas outlet for a steal, and these are finally sold out. If you guys follow the channel, you guys know that I was selling a ton of these over the past couple of months, and this is my last size 8, and I know a lot of people always ask me what are some of the best sizes to sell, and for me size 8 is usually a tough sell, and I still pick it up especially if I can find a good shoe, but this one in particular definitely took a very long time to sell out, but it is what it is. I did have a lot of 11s and 12s, and those sold out super fast, but this was my last size 8, so it's official, finally sold out, and I'm just glad that I invested so much money in these shoes, because anytime I find a shoe that's selling really well, I usually try to double down on it just to capitalize on that investment, and this one played out perfectly. Next up we got a pair of Adidas Eye 5923s, and these were brand new from Marshalls. I picked these up when Marshalls just opened back up in my area, and they had a bunch of stuff on clearance, so they had a bunch of size 8s in these and a few size 13s. All the 13s sold out, and as usual I still have a few size 8s left in the inventory, but this size 8 in particular actually sold, so I made some decent profit on this one, and these shoes are really light, so I might be able to ship these out first class, but if not, I'll just put them in a padded flat rate envelope. But overall, really good flip, and I picked these up maybe less than 2 months ago, maybe 6 weeks, so even though the size 13 sold out, I still have a couple left, but these are moving at a decent pace for me. Next up we got another pair of Adidas, and I believe these are the Marathon Techs, and I was seeing these in Ross as well, and I think I picked these up from Ross during their clearance sale, because when they were originally priced in Ross, I think they were asking like 40 or 50 bucks, but during the clearance sale I think I got these for like $13, and it took a while for these to sell as well, maybe about 6 to 7 weeks for these to sell, but these have finally sold out, and these are actually for women in a really dope tan colorway. I knew these would sell out during the summertime because this is when people are looking for some of those neutral colors, so I took a chance on it and they sold pretty quickly. So these once again will definitely be going in a padded flat rate envelope. Ironically, these are a little heavier than those other boots, so I probably wouldn't be able to fit those in a first class bag, but padded flat rate should definitely go out well with these. Next up is another pair of Adidas Top 10s in that all red colorway, and these are really dope in my opinion. I knew the all red shoes are not as hot as it used to be, but I figured I might as well still take a chance on it because I got these for a really good deal, and I think I sold maybe 5 or 6 pairs of these, so these aren't selling as fast as like the black and white colorway that I've been showing you guys. I showed you guys just a pair just yesterday, and those are kind of flying off the shelves. These are selling a little slower, which makes perfect sense because not everyone wants an all red shoe, but at the end of the day I still wanted to make sure I carried a decent amount of shoes in the inventory and just some different colorways, so this one was a really good pickup as well, and these sold today, so these will be going out via pirate ship just so I can save some money on shipping, and if you guys didn't catch that video, I'll put that up in the card so you guys can check out how I save money on shipping. Next up we got 2 different orders going out on Poshmark. One is a pair of shorts. Somebody had just copped 1 single pair, and then somebody else had copped 2 pairs, and I've been seeing that a lot of people have been doing that with these shorts. Since I have so many in the inventory, I usually would sell maybe 2 or 3 at a time, so that's always a good thing because, you know, especially since I have so many different colorways, and usually when it comes to Poshmark, people always like to bundle and save some money, so usually anytime I get an offer for say 2 or 3 different shorts, I usually always give a nice little discount, considering the fact that I got these from Dillard's for only like $1.50 or $2, something really cheap during their liquidation sale. So if I can pass on those savings to the buyers, I'll always go ahead and do that because I'm still making some good profit either way. So Poshmark sales are kind of doing pretty well. I'm not gonna say it's booming, but I'm definitely starting to see a little uptick in sales since I've been trying to share my closet a little more often, but it is what it is. When it comes to eBay compared to Poshmark, I'm definitely still doing way better on eBay compared to Posh. Next up I got 2 small sales, nothing crazy. This is just a Wii Nunchuk, but this is for the Wii Motion Plus, that's why this one is actually black, and this one sold for I think $11.99 or $10.99. Either way, still a small sale, but I only picked this up for $1, so I made some decent profit on this, even though it's not a ton of profit. And the next one is just this brand new ink cartridge, and I used to pick up expired ink all the time. I don't usually do that anymore, but this one was actually expired. It expired last year, but expired ink still sells for some decent money. I also picked this up for $1, and I think this sold for $12.99 or maybe $11.99. Of course, I'll I'll drop the screenshot so you guys can check it out. But expired ink, brand new ink, I still sell it. People still pick it up because even though it expired, that just means the warranty expired. That doesn't mean the ink necessarily went bad. So I always try to keep that in mind. But at the same time, if I see an ink that expired maybe 10 years ago, chances of me picking it up is probably pretty slim. But anytime I see it expired maybe 1 or 2 years ago, I'll still take a chance on it as long as I can get it for a good price. Next up, we got a pair of shorts, and these are really dope. These are actually like some MMA fighting shorts, and the brand on these is actually Venom, and these are super dope. I've been selling MMA shorts. I used to sell these more often when I was selling more used clothing. As you guys can see from these videos, I don't sell a ton of used clothing anymore. I'm still going to the thrift store seeing if I can find anything good, but in comparison to Arizona to California, the clothing, in terms of clothing, the clothing was just way better in Cali, so I don't find crazy brands like that. But this pair of shorts sold for 25 bucks, and I think I picked these up for $2.50, so a decent flip. And I actually listed these last night, so these are sold really quickly. And I actually have another pair in, I believe, blue, red, and white, so those should be selling pretty soon too. And next up, we got this Tommy Bahama plaid shirt, and I actually picked this up from Dillard's as well during that clearance sale, and this is in a pretty big size. I think this is a size 3XL, and I always tell you guys big sizes always sell best for me. Surprisingly, this one took a lot longer to sell. I had this listed for maybe 5 or 6 months at this point, but it finally did sell for 40 bucks. And during that liquidation sale, I probably spent maybe 3 or 4 bucks for this shirt. So overall, still some decent profit. And like I tell you guys all the time, I'm not selling a ton of clothes like I used to, but if I am selling clothes, it usually is brand new with tags. Even if I find it in the thrift store, sometimes I come across brand new with tags clothing in the thrift, and I just noticed, for me at least, that brand new clothing has been selling better. But drop a comment, let me know if you guys are doing really well with selling used clothing right now. We got a banger that sold, and these are actually some football cleats, but they definitely look like a pair of Space Jams. At first I had to double take, and I wasn't even sure what they were, but I actually picked these up in Ross for only 25 bucks, and these sold on eBay for 120. And these sold a lot faster than I was expecting, because I know a ton of people was finding these in Ross. Unfortunately, I only found 1 pair, but thankfully the 1 pair that I picked up sold really quickly, so hopefully I can come across some other pairs later on. I don't know about you guys, but the Ross in my area have not been restocking. I know last week they were restocking like crazy just about every day, and over the past few days it's been really slow. So drop a comment if your Ross is restocking, or even if your Ross is open, because I know a lot of Rosses are still closed. And of course, anytime I'm listing shoes and I sell them for over 100 bucks, you save money on fees, because any shoes that sell for 100 plus, any athletic shoes, you don't have to pay any fees on that. So just make sure you're listing your items correctly so you can save some money on fees. Last but certainly not least, we sold some of the consistency t-shirts that are inspired by Nipsey Hussle's Crenshaw t-shirts, and this is just my first attempt at selling some merch for you guys. I know a ton of people have always been asking me, when am I going to be dropping merch? And at first I was tinkering with some different designs and different logos, but none of them really spoke to me like this one did. So I just want to thank everybody that's been picking up some of these shirts from me. All of those orders will be going out today, and I didn't want to be tacky and ship out any of the shirts in like a branded eBay bag, so I just went ahead and I ordered some more poly bags so that you guys can get more of a personalized experience. And like I said, I just want to thank everybody for showing the love and the support. I even got some really nice messages on some of the orders as well. I know one person told me that the shirt is going to their 15-year-old son that was inspired by some of my videos, and for me, that's why I do what I'm doing. I just figured if I can, you know, inspire or motivate just a couple people with some of these videos to kind of just take control of your own destiny and just think outside of just the traditional 9-to-5 or just going to school, that's really my main goal. Even though that's what I lived for several years, I got my master's and I went to school and all those type of stuff, I just know that with a business you can just really tap into that financial freedom that all of us are aspiring towards. So if you guys are interested in any of these shirts, definitely hit that first link in the description, DapperAdvisor.bigcartel.com. You guys can check out the merch, and that's the only item that I have available right now. I only have a limited supply of these, so depending on how long these last, I might restock and I might transition on to other stuff as well. But this is just my first venture, so I'm just trying to test the waters and starting out small to see if you guys are really feeling them. But like I said, if you guys are, that first link is in the description, and you guys can use the promo code consistency10 for 10% off your order. Alright y'all, that's all I got for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed that one, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Stop with the and give me the strong. Hey, let's go. First back in the day, and so I can't complain. For all the times I pray carnivores don't come take. Cause it's poppin' up opportunists, I can't salute it. They raising red flags instead